Okay, so I thought this might help to walk through the new table wizard with one of the options that a lot of people aren't familiar with because it's a newer one, and they typically either build it using the user interface or with string templates, but we have this other way that you can create it without a string template, and that may help them to make sure that they're defining the tables correctly. So create table definition for existing file, obviously put in all your file info, and then leave this unchecked. I have a string template because we're not going to use one, so hit next, and then what it does is it pulls up it basically gives you the first record from the file so you can look at it, and then you can go through this user interface and build the template or the column definition. So this here signifies a new line character. So as you see here, I made some changes to the Chili Company data file and added a few variable length columns in there, another one there, and there's another one down here too. So basically what you can do is you go through and you click on the beginning of a column definition or field definition, however you want to think of it, and then you give it a type. You can either type the letter here or you can click on it so that we know this is a character type. Now what it did is it said, hey, there's a character column that starts at position 0 and then goes all the way to the end, because we don't know when it ends. So what you do then is you go in and you say, okay, here is the start of another column, the next column. So we click on it, and then again we tell it the data type. Now notice it said column 1 is at 0, column 2 starts at this position, and this automatically added in a Terminator character for me because it recognized in the data file on that record that there was a new line ending. So now it's automatically set up a variable length terminated column. They could go in instead and possibly do this. They could click here, and now you'll notice that column 1 is 6 and it's fixed length, no terminator. Column 2 is 1, a length of 1, but it has a terminator because that's where the terminator is. So that sort of corresponds to their whole fixed length. Then they had like an X1, X2, where they were just defining the new line character as a separate column. I don't like that way of doing it, but if they have a reason for doing that, that's fine. But then you can see as I scroll through here, I'm going to click that. Okay, there's another field, obviously, looking at the character. And you notice here you don't have to do anything other than just define the type at the start of the next character, and the wizard here figures out what you were trying to do. So you go through there quickly like that, defining everything. Okay, here's the new line character. So we could say, okay, our next one starts here, or we could say that this is the start of a new field if we wanted to. So we can do that. And then the next one would start here, and so on. So you can go through like this, and since you can use your human eyes, you can figure out where the records are. Now, once you've defined this, like this, let me finish going through here. Okay, I'm going to define there. I don't know what the rest is. Okay, so we'll just stop there. Now you see here it defined all of the columns, the column definitions. You can go in and change the names here, or you can do it on the next page. But now let's say that we've done it for that record, but we want to make sure that we didn't miss something that maybe other records look a little bit different. So we can scroll through the records this way, and it will match them up with our definitions, and we can make sure that it all aligns as we thought it should. So we can scroll through to the next record, make sure, hey, does it look like our field start points are all lining up? Okay, it does. Okay, there's a new line that's on there. So I think we're good. So the user interface there kind of helps you to work through the record layout and make sure that you get it set up correctly. And then when you hit next, you have all your column definitions here. So they're all defined, ready to go. Terminators wherever are necessary. This one's variable length and 10 and so forth. So maybe that will help them to work through it and make sure that they are defining the table correctly. So that might be a good starting point.